Welcome to the walking edition of my weekly vlog, acting vlog. This is for day number 4, and yeah. So anyway, this is a really interesting one because I had the pleasure of playing with 2 different lovely actresses at the same scene, which was really cool because it allowed to try out different things, you know. So it was really cool just because both of them were very different in the scene, and I like the first one. I kind of like took a very like passionate, empathetic approach, and you know, it was all coming. I mean, it always, in a sense, comes from a place of love and or lack thereof. But this one was, you know, I've just had, I can't take it anymore, and yeah, it was really good, and it was nice to hear. Like the feedback was, you know, I kind of like the actress. When she read the script, you know, really thought like, oh, he's such an asshole, he's such a bastard. But then when we played it together, you know, it was really surprising, and the way I kind of like came across, she was just like, oh, you know, it's actually not that way. So yeah, I thought that was really cool, and yeah, so we played it through, did it. It was a good experience, and I'm just going to sit down here, and it was really cool because the like I felt like we really used the space, you know, and made use of the room, and again, like I really was like focused on her and how she was saying things. So yeah, it kind of like ended in, you know, the bit where I banged in the script, I banged the car, and I, you know, got frustrated and built up, and then finally punched the wall. Now Fern was worried and said, you know, like I would just hit it with a flat hand, but I'd like to say that I know how to punch, and you know, I know how to use my knuckles, that you know, I don't hurt myself. But anyway, I got this. No, it was good. Made a little dent in the wall, but sorry Fern, I remember you said that somebody did that before, so that wasn't blind rage. My 10% were there, and yeah, so, but that was on that note, you know, Evie pointed out that you know, she didn't quite feel that worked, and it didn't connect, I guess. Where the question is, you know, was it because me, Tristan, didn't feel true to it, and it was more I know that's in the script, I have to do it, or was it the character? You know, it's unlike the character. I mean, I felt that it wasn't I now have to do this, you know. I felt that it was for my character. It was that I didn't feel this was something I did, and because she was saying, you know, I wasn't a man, that I should that this was something I had to do as a man, you know. But it was still really good experience. Now the second one was really cool because we got to try it like differently, and I was like, oh, I want to try something totally different, you know. And so I took a totally different approach of like, you know, I am over this shit, you know, she's had a little fun, I'm gonna now just like, let's get out of here, and we've had this deal, so let's get onto it, right? And that was it was more a approach of like, she belongs to me, she's my property, you know. And that was like my attitude going into it, which very interestingly got very quickly broken down because she just you know, wouldn't have a bar of it. She just like lashed out, and like we were talking about animals, and so her animal was a snake. And it was funny because when I was reading the script, I was like, she's a snake, you know. So that was really interesting to see that without knowing what the actress picked, my interpretation was, you know, she's a snake, you know, which obviously again you can read it in a totally different way, and there's tell signs in there where there is a softness, and I've written it in the script as well, you know, where when she's stormed out the car, she says, you know, just leave me for a moment, and Frank, my character, it's like he doesn't get that, you know. He's just like, okay, you know, like, Jesus, I'm just trying to be nice about the whole thing, and again, she then says, I don't want to particularly talk about it, instead of like, I don't want to talk about it, you know, which is, one is a just a straight no, and the other one is a deflection of like, you know, discomfort. So I guess, yeah, it's always that balance of like, the author intended that word to be in there, so what does that mean? What does that mean about our relationship, the character, and things like that? And yeah, so I took the approach, coming back to it, I took the approach of like, you know, hard ass, and you know, I like didn't pull her hair, but like, you know, was more Yankee with her. But then in the car, you know, she then just like slammed me, and towards the end of it, I was just more like, you know, the overwhelmed, flabbergasted husband who got put into his place. Now, I didn't intend to do that, you know, like that came naturally out of the scene, and how, you know, like how I just reacted to her. So you can argue, you know, is that a good thing, because I was listening, and that just kind of came out of the scene, like it wasn't planned. But then Wayne obviously gave some feedback, and he was like, you know, you gave up all power because you shouted at her, and then you really then, you know, punched, well, you punched your hand, but you gave away all the power. And I agree with that, you know, and I totally get the idea with the opposites, and with the lot more subtle stuff. So I really love that. I want to try that out. So, you know, I think I felt I was a bit too bound to the script, in the sense of like, I have to slam something, or I have to you know, fumble on the door handle and things like that. And yeah, like, I guess that's where you can you maybe just do a different interpretation, and then in that case the director would tell you, no, I need you to bang it, you know, and then that will inform how you behave. So yeah, definitely, I mean, I'll definitely give it another try. I look forward to trying that. And my animal there had been dog, you know, because fiercely loyal, you know, will do everything for you, and but once pushed into a corner and once beaten too often, will lash out and can bite your face off, you know. So that was my interpretation, my animal for it. And Wayne had said, you know, why don't you do something like Komodo dragon? And totally, you know, like I would love to give that a go. And my thing there comes in it though is, I remember from, you know, other classes was, you know, don't do the first thing, the straightforward thing. Don't do the asshole husband. And that, you know, that was, I guess my thing was like, oh, okay, you know, yes, I can just play the oh yeah, this shit, you know, like I'm over this and blah blah blah. So I kind of like wanted to try other things. So maybe that's allowing, like, for me, I guess the challenge is like, where is it then a stereotype, you know, and where can you still find depth within that stereotype? So yes, it can be the asshole husband, but how maybe, like, he obviously doesn't feel that way, and maybe don't approach the script with like, I am now the asshole husband, but my character animal is Komodo dragon, and see where that takes you. So yeah, on another little side note, just at the gym, I thought it was really funny. There was like writing on the wall, and it was like boxing will recommence from whatever date. And I noticed, like, now that we've been doing the Gussin exercises, I'm starting to like see words and like, you know, read them in different ways. So I'll be like, boxing, boxing, and will, and yeah, I thought it was very, very funny that they're like now popping out. It's like you develop a different eye for things, you know. Once you had the training, once you it's like with the listening, you know, it's the most straightforward thing that you're saying we should do, and basically you could do every class just about listening, but what does it mean, and how does that feel when you actually start doing that? And you know, I feel that I'm slowly not worrying about the script anymore, and also not animals and things like that. You know, like, think about it, but then when you're there, do actually just play the scene. We'll see.